Hello my friends, hope you're doing well. My name is Lui Piluso and today I'm going to be checking out the light pedal from Gamechanger Audio. There's a brand from Latvia that I really like how they work. They work in a very inventive way. This is a spring reverb with some optical features and it's all mechanical and analog and it gets very quirky and very interesting. You can get some sounds here that are not able to be reproduced with a digital reverb. So make sure to check out the full video. I have some demos with guitar for you. And I'm also going to explain what each knob does and all of the reverb settings that are absolutely unique. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe and comment and let me know what are your favorite reverbs. They could be pedals and they could be plugins as well. And what are the things you would like me to check out in the future. So first of all, I have to warn you, this is not your classical reverb pedal like a Strymer or a Valhalla plugin that sounds round and big and deep and so many things that is like actually entering into the cosmos. But this pedal is different. This pedal is a little bit gritty. It has tons and tons of personality. So maybe like if you were to compare it to guitar players, you have on one side Slash that has a more clean distortion sound, like everything sounds even. And then you have on the other side players like Jack White or Josh Homme from Queens of Stone Age that have a more unique sound and it's more pointy and gritty. But I love that kind of sound and I'm always for the search of those kind of products that can make you sound like that, or actually have this huge personality in your sound. I like both ends of the spectrum and let me know where you stand so I can also make more videos that you would like on this channel. Let's start. I'm going to start with a song that I recorded recently. The song is not out yet. It's something that we recorded here in the studio for an artist. And this song needed like a really big sounding, full of resonance guitar. So the chain that I was using is this guitar that is the new Fender Player Series 2 Telecaster with humbuckers going into the Kemper amp. I have a overdriven sound with a little bit of a harmonic pedal that actually gives me an octave below and an octave above, but it's just mixed in just a little bit and a little bit of delay from the Kemper as well. So that's how it sounded before the light pedal. Pro Tools, I added an auxiliary send mono because this pedal is mono, and I sent that guitar through the pedal and that sounded like this. Now, as you can see, I was moving all the time this expression pedal. And that is because we can use an expression pedal to modulate our sound right here. But without an expression pedal, we could do it using this knob called control. So let me explain to you what this pedal does and how it works, and then we can explain the different modes. So how does this reverb work? The light pedal is based on a mechanical spring reverb tank. The incoming audio is converted into mechanical vibrations by an input transducer and then converted back into an audio signal at the output stage. Infrared optic sensors placed along the springs capture the full range of movement, allowing for a wide range of frequencies and textures to be picked up. How does the optical circuit achieve this effect? Well, the optical circuit uses infrared sensors along the springs to capture vibrations. These sensors pick up frequencies, harmonics, and textures that would typically be lost in a traditional mechanical reverb, creating a broader and richer range of reverb effects. What do you think about that sound that we just heard? Did you like it? Let me know below in the comments. Now I'm going to explain the different modes that we can find. And I recorded a very simple arpeggio with the guitar so you can listen to these effects. Don't forget to subscribe if you're liking this kind of videos. The optics mode uses multiple sets of infrared optical sensors to capture the spring's movement, providing a wide range of reverb texture and tones. The control knob adjusts the rate of sweeping motion between sensors. The second mode is called sweep, a modulation mode that rhythmically scrolls back and forth through the different optical sensor pairs. It creates dynamic reverb effects by changing the position of the active sensors over time. The control knob adjusts the modulation. The third mode is called Trem, an optical tremolo effect that rhythmically turns the optical sensors on and off. It can also apply tremolo to the spring tank output if the spring level is set equal or higher than the optical output level. The control knob adjusts the tremolo rate. The fourth mode is called Reflect, a delay effect that sends the instrument's signal back into the reverb tank several times, creating a lo-fi delay sound. The control knob adjusts the delay rate. Then we got feedback. It sets the spring tank into self-oscillation, producing drones and a wall of sound type distorted reverb pads. The control knob adjusts the feedback frequency. Now the last mode is called Harmonic. It drives the spring tank with a special circuit to produce overtones and harmonics, similar to a shimmer effect, but generated naturally within the spring tank. The control knob adjusts the shimmer effect's central frequency. Now, to give you a brief explanation of what each knob does, on the left side we have a switch that is called tails. So that means that when you have it off, once you turn off your pedal, the reverb signal will cut off. If you have it on, it means that when you turn off your pedal, you will still have the tail of the reverb and it will transition much better. Then you have three volume knobs. You have one for the dry signal, and then you have one for the spring and one for the optical. Then you have a tone control. If you go to your right clockwise, you'll have a brighter sound. If you go to your left, you'll have a darker sound. On the right, we have the latch that if we have it on, it means that when we turn on the pedal, it will remain on until we turn it off. And we have it on off, it means that it will only be on when we have our foot on top of the pedal. And once we take the foot off, it will turn off the effect. That's nice if you want to only accentuate one sound. Then we have the different modes up here. Then we have the control knob that actually gives us like a modulation that varies depending on what mode we have it on. Then we have a drive knob. And we have a gate. If we have the gate towards the right, it means that it will act like a ducking effect. So it has like an internal sidechain that when you are playing, the reverb comes down, and once you stop playing, the reverb sound will come up. If you go towards your left, the gate will act as a gate. So the second you stop playing, the reverb will cut out. That's good if you want to have an exaggerated sound only while you're playing, and then when you stop playing, the reverb cuts off and you don't hear it anymore bothering in the background. So I have a couple of suggestions and things that can be actually improved from this pedal. I would love for it to have like a little switch underneath the tone knob with a high pass filter. That would be really good to have that control, because sometimes when you're playing live and you have a big amp and a big system and stuff, maybe like a spring reverb can sometimes be too much, and you can have like a low end increase of frequencies, and maybe have a high pass there that you can turn off the low frequencies. Can also allow you to move the tone knob a bit more freely. So if you want to have the tone knob towards your left so it gets darker, the sound, having a high pass filter at the same time, it will allow you to get a sound that is more mellow and darker without getting overwhelming by so many frequencies. Another thing that I would like, maybe, of course it's hard because this is an actual analog circuit that everything you're doing is controlling mechanical and analog stuff, which I love. But one thing to take into account, that is a mono effect. It's not a stereo pedal, so if you want a stereo, you have to have two pedals going on. And lastly, the other thing that I would like for it to have is a decay control. I'm not quite sure of how they would achieve it in a mechanical and analog way. I don't know if it has to do with maybe getting the strings tighter, so if you move a knob, the springs get tighter or looser, and that maybe can change the decay. I'm not an electronic expert, so I'll leave that to people who know. But that would be cool to have it. Of course, you can have longer delays once you engage different modes and you add some drive and maybe use the harmonics feature and different things. But it would be nice to have that as well. Something that I really, really enjoy about this, that you can make it sound like a storm. I love it. Not only you have a great guitar pedal, but you have an amazing storm maker. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know below what are your thoughts. Please leave a comment, a like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. You help me out a lot. And if you want to listen to other quirky pedals that they make that I absolutely love, I'll leave you in this end screen a video of the Plus pedal. That is an amazing sustainer. You can get infinite sustain with that. And then I'm going to leave you a video of the Plasma pedal. That is one of the gnarliest distortions ever created. For people who like sounds that sound noisy and with lots of personality, I really recommend you check out that video. My name is Lui Piluso, and I'll see you in the next one.